Imagine this. Two babies in the womb of a mother are having a discussion. One baby says, "I don't think that there is such a thing as a mother. It sounds too good to be true." And the other baby says, "Yes, I do believe in a mother." That's us discussing if there is a God or not. The babies cannot see the mother, and we cannot see God. There is no scientific proof that there is a God. The only thing you can do is to believe that there is a God. But there is also a whole different approach. You can believe in a God like in a fatherly figure, in a heavenly Father, but you can also see God as everything, like everything is God. There is nothing that is not God. Now the first God, the Heavenly Father, can only be found in religion, in belief. But the omnipresent God can be found in meditation. You can compare it with the internet. We are all in the internet, but you don't have to communicate with the internet. We are all in God, but you don't have to communicate with God. In order to communicate with the internet, you need a computer. But even if you have a computer, you can have that thing laying around and you are still not communicating with the internet. And what do you need to communicate with God? You need a soul. But even though everybody has a soul, almost nobody is communicating with God. You can have that soul laying around, so to speak, and not use it. And most people do that their whole life. In order to communicate with your soul, you need to add consciousness to your soul. And that cannot be done in religion, it cannot be done in prayer, it cannot be done in belief, because those are all things of the mind. Your projection of a Heavenly Father is in your mind, your belief is in your mind, your prayer is in your mind. But in order to add consciousness to your soul, you need to sense into yourself with awareness. And that is meditation. Meditation is sensing into yourself with awareness. And from then on, you still have a very long way to go. To find your soul, you will not find it the first day. It will be a process of several years. But it is possible. I explain it in all my videos. And then there is something else. How can you communicate with God? In what state of being do you have to be? It cannot happen when you are happy, because when you are happy, you are bubbling on the surface. You don't need God. When do you need God? You need God when you are in despair, when you are sad. You have to go into your sadness in order to find God. We live in a broken world, and it is almost impossible not to be sad. And that's what happened to me. I was constantly overwhelmed with sadness. But I decided to accept it, to drown in it, so to speak. But what I didn't know is that it would bring me to God. That was a big surprise. You can be in God, and it brings great blessing. Then you are in a different state of being. then you can accept the world as it is. We are living in a very sad world. And what else can you be than sad? And it's okay to be sad. God gave us sadness, just like everything else. Imagine if you couldn't feel sadness. That would be terrible. That would be a handicap. If you couldn't feel sadness, that would be a great missing in your life. You should be very grateful that you have this feeling of sadness.